truly is a delight to be here this morning. My wife sends her greetings. I encourage you to continue to be praying for Denise. The last couple of weeks, her lupus, she had a relapse with her lupus, and we spent some time in the hospital ER room, but she's doing better today. But I encourage you to continue to be praying for her. Her life has changed completely, and but she faces it with grace each and every day, and I thank the Lord for her. Ministry-wise, we're excited about what God is doing in Ivory Coast, West Africa. I just want to share some things over the past 2.5 years. Just in the past 2.5 years, God has enabled us to do wonderful things. To build a church there in Ivory Coast, it costs between $20,000 and $25,000 to construct a church that's 12 meters by 14 meters. We our own brick, and then cover them with metal roofing. And in the past 2.5 years, Pastor Arsene, we were able to build his church. We not only build his church, but beside it is a clinic so that they can help their people with medical needs. Pastor Jano, some of these pastors I think you have met. We have had Pastor Arsene here. We've had Pastor Jano here as well. But after his visit here to the States, he was able to go back, and he had raised enough funds while he was here not only to build his church, but we had enough funds left over to build a parsonage for him and his family as well. Pastor Benjamin is one of our pastors in Ivory Coast now. We're just finishing up his building. We just put in the doors and the windows, and the flooring is being laid, in fact, this week, and so that church has been taken care of. Pastor Emmanuel, as many of you have met him as well, he's our team leader. Pastor Emmanuel's been with me for 38 years. We started the ministry together there in Ivory Coast. When he was here, what we were raising for was a double cab pickup for him, because he travels throughout Ivory Coast and keeps updated and keeps up abreast of all our ministries there. And God enabled him to raise the funds that were needed to purchase his vehicle while he was here. Pastor Emmanuel has a younger brother, and he's one of our pastors there in Ivory Coast. We've just finished building their church as well, and so we're excited about what God is doing. Pastor Pacom is another one of our pastors. We just cleared the land for a church building for him, and we're trying to get a visa. He goes in for an interview towards the end of September. And if all works out, be praying that the visa gets accepted. Then he would be coming here in October. I'll be traveling around with him for 6 to 8 weeks between October and November. And our goal is to continue to raise enough money to put up his church building. We're also involved in well ministries where we dig wells. In Ivory Coast, to drill a well, we have to go about 275 feet to hit water. Now, we go through what they call a dry season, where we have 3 months, there is no water, there is no rain. And so the reservoirs end up drying up, and people are without water. So what we're doing is we're targeting areas to dig wells. To drill wells. We have a fellow up in New York that has taken that process, and he's helping me with it. We've been able to drill 3 of those wells, and not only do we drill the well, but we build a water tower where we can be pumping water up daily, and we can be running off 3 or 4 faucets at a time, so that as people come to fill their basins, we're able to fill more at one time. They'll wait in line 3 or 4 hours. They'll sit there, and wait for the opportunity to fill their basins and their buckets that are there. What do they have to do during that time? They have nothing to do. And so what an opportunity for us. We are seeing men, women, and children coming to the saving knowledge of Christ as they're sitting in line waiting for physical water. We're able to give them the spiritual water, and we're seeing that ministry just expand. We don't charge them anything for the water. We take care of all that. And so our goal is to continue to drill more and more wells. It costs us $10,000 to drill a well. By the time we get that well drilled and then we get the water tower up and that, it costs money. Ministry costs money. And to accomplish a lot of these things that we need to do. So that's one of the things that I do, is I spend a lot of time traveling stateside to help raise for these various ministries, to help raise for funds to build churches. We're one family trying to help make a difference. And between October and June, we ran children's camps there in Ivory Coast, and we had 10 children's camps that we ran during those 3 months. And during that 3-month period, we had 231 children come to saving knowledge of Christ through their children's camps. We just finished our handicap camp, where it was set up just for handicapped children that are severely handicapped. We had 120 children join us for the week. We cover all their expenses. We give them lodging. Everything is taken care of during that week. And we had 38 of those children come to a saving knowledge of Christ as well. And so those are some of the ministries that we're involved in Ivory Coast on a yearly basis that we continue to do. We also, we're dealing with a country that, to be able to send a pastor to Bible school, it costs many of our village pastors, they don't have the funds to be able to do it. And not only pastors that we support through our ministries in IGM, but we're talking village pastors as a whole throughout the country. Many of them have not had the proper education that they need to help them in their ministries, to help them pastor their local churches. So our pastors have gotten together and they formed a team. And 3 times a year now, we go into certain areas of the country and we set up training sessions where they're there for 2 weeks, 2 weeks of training, 12 hours a day. And our pastors are training these younger pastors on the Bible doctrines. And so we're seeing that result. I mean, the fruit from that has been great. We just started that ministry. We just finished. They just finished their first one. They had 43 pastors that showed up for that training, and then after the end of the 2 weeks, we give them a certificate and graduate them on. These pastors are excited. They said, we have never had that. We have never had anything like that. And so, you know, our goal is to help the gospel to get out in the appropriate manner, in the appropriate way. And so we're excited about what God is doing there. We're also in Ivory Coast, we have 20 unreached peoples groups still that do not have a clear presentation of the gospel. We've targeted, this year we went ahead and targeted 2 of those people groups. And the first one, Pastor Arsene is our pastor of evangelism. He's the one that sets up that ministry, and he's gotten approval to go into the public school systems among those people group and to share the gospel. And in the first meetings that he had there, they had 150 of those kids come to saving knowledge of Christ. Those students, 150 of them. He says our goal this year, by the end of the year, is to have reached 500 of them for Christ. And so as a result, we've already have a pastor that we've moved into